First of all, congratulations on the film. You play an estranged husband and wife, and at the center of their relationship in the film is a tragedy that takes place between them, but it happens off screen. I was wondering how you approached it so that you could make that event palpable, not just for the audience, but for yourself as actors, since we don't actually see it happen in the film.
Well, I mean, for any character that there's a part of the character's history, I have to create it as real as possible in my head, so I have to know what the moment, maybe even write it out as a journal, as something that happened. So whenever, I don't have to think about it every day when I'm acting, but it'll just always be there. I'll have this language of history as the character. And a lot of it is, most of the time actually, a lot of it is secret, so I create a lot of secrets for my character that even the director doesn't know, things that she wouldn't tell anyone. But I think that's how you make something feel real when it's not on screen.
Yeah, I think also the film, like you say, it's about an estranged couple. It's about a couple that were perfect when they were together because of being together, but being together now reminds them of the loss and the tragedy that they have suffered, and every time they look in each other's eyes, as the actors do, they're reminding you of the grief and the pain that you should be feeling and that you are feeling, and it intensifies it, and in a way, and I've always felt like this with actors anyway, but in this film certainly even more so, your entire performance is in the eyes of the person you're acting with, and that's why they're trying to get away from each other, because well, my character anyway doesn't want to confront that thing. And while he's trying to search for it, he doesn't actually want to look at her. He doesn't actually really want to confront it because he doesn't want to deal with it, And that's the answer to that question. I don't know what I've said.
The relationships between parents and children is a recurring theme throughout the film, and I was just wondering, what kind of insights you sort of felt that you got about your own characters, working with your on-screen parents, Kieran Hines and William Hurt and Isabelle Huppert.
Do you mean from our own parents in real life, or from
no, from your on-screen parents?
My first week on the movie was with Kieran, so we did all my parent stuff first. It was great, so we really laid down who they were, and we discovered that they swore a hell of a lot, and with the kind of Catholic license to swear, and that was sort of cool. Certainly as a Celt or as a European coming into America and playing an American, getting to do all these scenes with your Irish dad was actually quite nice. It was it's just the same. You can swear and drink too much here too. So that was pretty cool actually. And also seeing within him somebody, as he portrayed it anyway, somebody who was good at running away from the hard things in life. And that was something that definitely fed into Connor.
It's a very ambitious project. There was also 2 films that's been combined also into one. So I was wondering, what were your thoughts coming into the idea of this project, where you see from his point of view and you see from her point of view? What did you think going into it?
I didn't know there were 2 movies to begin with, and I'm not just being glib. I mean that. I got offered the movie 2 years before we made it, and I turned it down because it was too close to me having a baby, and I didn't want to approach a subject matter that was about that and stuff. A couple of years later, they came back and asked again. My agent said, "Do you still have the script?" I said, "Yes." I read the script, thought, "This is brilliant, I want to do it, definitely." I turned up for the first days of rehearsals, and they gave me the hard copy of the script, and I sent it to Jess earlier today. She didn't know this, but it was a really thick version of the script, and I just suddenly thought, this is really weird, and then realised on the go in the rehearsal room on the day that we were going to be making 2 movies, and I thought, whoa, it was kind of weird. It took me a couple of weeks to admit that to the director as well.
Yeah, I just found out that today. I'm still in shock.
I'm sure I told Ned when we were making the movie.
He kept it from me, wisely. Yeah. For me, I've been involved with this project for probably a little over 7 years. So, it's going to be a strange thing when we don't get together all the time to talk about it or to film or whatever, because it's been such a part of my life.
Well,